What if I told you that for thousands of years, nobody had ever seen an orange carrot? That the carrot you grew up eating, the one in your fridge right now, is basically a marketing rebrand that happened to stick. The original carrot was purple, deep, dramatic, almost black purple, and after disappearing from our plates for centuries, it's quietly staging one of the most interesting comebacks in food history. Let's go back about 5,000 years to the Persian plateau, modern-day Afghanistan and Iran. This is where humans first started cultivating wild carrots. And here's the thing that might surprise you, they weren't even growing them for the root. Early carrots were grown for their aromatic leaves and seeds, kind of like how we use their botanical cousins today, parsley, dill, cilantro. The root was an afterthought. But eventually people started paying attention to what was underground, and what they found was this gnarly, forked, deeply purple root, not the smooth, uniform thing we're used to, more like a twisted little branch dyed in grape juice. The purple color came from anthocyanins, the same pigments that make blueberries blue and red cabbage red. These early purple carrots spread along trade routes from Persia into the Arab world, across North Africa, and eventually into Spain and the rest of Europe by around the 10th and 11th centuries. Now alongside the purple ones, you also had yellow carrots and white carrots popping up as natural mutations. So medieval Europeans were eating carrots in a whole rainbow of colors: purple, yellow, white, even red. The one color you would never ever see, orange. So how did we end up in a world where orange is the only carrot most people have ever seen? The answer takes us to the Netherlands in the late 1500s and 1600s. Dutch growers, who were arguably the best plant breeders in the world at the time, started crossing yellow and white carrot varieties that carried rare mutations. Over many generations of careful selection, they stabilized a new type, a bright orange carrot that was sweeter, less bitter, more uniform in shape, and frankly just easier to grow in Dutch soil and climate. Now you might have heard the famous story that Dutch farmers bred orange carrots as a tribute to William of Orange, the leader of the Dutch revolt against Spain. It's a great story. It's in textbooks, it's all over the internet, and it is almost certainly not true. Historians and carrot researchers, yes, that's a real job, have found zero documentary evidence linking the breeding program to any political tribute. The orange carrot won because it was simply a better product. Higher yields, sweeter taste, more consistent shape, and that gorgeous color that, let's be honest, just looks great on a plate. But here's where it gets interesting. Even though orange carrots weren't bred for political reasons, they absolutely became political afterward. During various shifts in Dutch political history, orange carrots were actually banned from sale in markets when the House of Orange-Nassau fell out of favor. The vegetable became a political symbol after the fact, which is honestly a wilder story than the myth. Once the orange carrot took hold in the Netherlands, it spread across Europe and eventually the world. By the 1800s, purple carrots had all but vanished from Western agriculture. Not because they were inferior nutritionally, not because they tasted bad, but because orange was just easier to grow at scale, easier to sell, and had become what people expected a carrot to look like. So when purple carrots faded away, did we actually lose anything? Nutritionally, yes, quite a bit. Orange carrots are famously rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. That's real and important. But purple carrots bring something to the table that orange ones simply don't: anthocyanins. A 2023 study published in the journal Plants found that purple carrots contain up to 28% more total antioxidants than orange varieties, and those anthocyanins, not carotenoids, are the major drivers of that antioxidant capacity. The same study showed improved lipid profiles and lower levels of a problematic enzyme called beta-glucuronidase. And in broader population research, higher anthocyanin intake has been associated with about a 15% reduction in type 2 diabetes risk. Researchers at the University of Maryland even found that anthocyanin extracts from purple carrots inhibited the growth of colon cancer cells in lab studies, though of course, what happens in a petri dish doesn't always translate directly to the human body. Here's the thing though, it's not that purple is better than orange or orange is better than purple. They're nutritionally complementary. Orange gives you beta-carotene, purple gives you anthocyanins. You ideally want both. For thousands of years, people ate both, We're the weird ones for narrowing it down to just one color. Alright, so here's the good news. Purple carrots are making a serious comeback, and it's being driven by a few converging forces. First, the heirloom seed movement. Companies like Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds have made it incredibly easy to get your hands on purple carrot seeds. Varieties like Purple Haze, Cosmic Purple, Purple Dragon, Black Nebula, and Deep Purple, yes, that's a real carrot name, are all commercially available now. And they grow in basically the same conditions as orange carrots, so there's no special expertise needed. Second, farmers markets. As consumers have gotten more adventurous, and let's be real, as Instagram has made colorful food more shareable, farmers have responded. Purple carrots are now a staple at many farmers markets and are showing up in specialty grocery stores and even some mainstream supermarkets. But the third driver might be the biggest, and it's one most people don't think about: the food industry. The natural food coloring market was valued at $2.2 billion in 2024 and is projected to nearly double to $4.1 billion by 2033. As consumers push back against artificial dyes, food manufacturers are scrambling for natural alternatives, and purple carrot extract has emerged as one of the stars. In 2023, more than 39% of food manufacturers reformulated products to include natural food colors, and anthocyanins from purple carrots saw a 29% increase in application in dairy products alone. So every time you see a naturally colored yogurt or candy or beverage with that purple-red hue, there's a decent chance you're looking at purple carrot extract. The original carrot, bred 5,000 years ago, is now cutting-edge food technology. You can't make this stuff up. Now let's talk about actually using these things in your kitchen, because there is one very important thing you need to know. Purple carrots will stain everything they touch. Your cutting board, your hands, your soup. Anthocyanins are water-soluble pigments, and they bleed like crazy. But once you know the rules, they're actually really fun to cook with. Here are a few tips. First, eat them raw when you can. That's when you get the maximum anthocyanin benefit, and they taste great, slightly sweeter than orange carrots, actually. They contain about 17% more sugar than orange varieties, and if you can find ones that were harvested after a light frost, they'll be even sweeter. Carrots convert starches to sugars as a natural antifreeze mechanism, which is a beautiful little trick of biology. Second, don't peel them. The highest concentration of anthocyanins is in the skin and outer flesh, so peeling is literally throwing away the best stuff. Third, if you're cooking them, roasting preserves the color much better than boiling. Those pigments are water-soluble, so boiling basically bleeds them right out into the cooking water. Fourth, and this is a great kitchen hack, acid is your friend. A squeeze of lemon juice or a splash of vinegar keeps purple carrots vibrant. In alkaline conditions, they actually turn a weird blue-green color, which can be fun for science experiments, but maybe not for dinner. And fifth, if you can, pair purple and orange carrots together. A roasted carrot medley with both colors is visually stunning, and you're getting the full spectrum of nutrition: anthocyanins from the purple, beta-carotene from the orange. That's what a complete carrot plate looks like. Oh, and one more thing. If you cut open a purple haze carrot, you'll see something amazing. The skin is deep purple, but the core is bright orange. Both pigment systems living in one root. It's like the carrot itself is trying to tell us we've been missing half the picture. So let's bring it all together. Carrots were purple for thousands of years before a few clever Dutch farmers created the orange version in the 1600s. Orange won not because of patriotism or politics, but because it grew better and tasted sweeter. But in the process, we lost access to anthocyanins, a powerful class of antioxidants linked to gut health, reduced diabetes risk, and more. The good news is that purple carrots are back in farmers' markets, in seed catalogs, and quietly driving a multi-billion-dollar natural food coloring industry. You can grow them, buy them, and eat them right now. If you want to try them, look for varieties like Purple Haze or Cosmic Purple at your local farmer's market or order seeds online. Eat them raw or roasted, don't peel them, and squeeze some lemon on top to keep that gorgeous color. And if you really want to nerd out, grow both purple and orange side by side, 5,000 years of carrot history in one garden bed. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new about carrots today, and I'm guessing you did, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.